Hey guys, so in this video I'm going to talk to you a little bit about category. And what is category, you ask? Well, just the other, actually today I was watching, one of my videos in the watch later list that I have on YouTube, and I was very interested in one specific video today, which was a tech talk basically where some guys who have introduced a functional library virtually for Kotlin. So basically the name of the project is Kategory. You should go and check it out. And what it does is basically some of the main contributors to Scala and a lot of these like functional principles that have been developed for the Scala platform have been introduced, or rather, these libraries have inspired Kategory, which is aimed, which as I said, is a functional library for Kotlin that brings basically all the power that Scala has. Well, almost all of it anyway, as far as I could see. The only thing it really can't do, but that's because of Kotlin, is pattern matching. Scala can do that, which it's not a deal breaker by any means, but that's a little bit sad because pattern matching is really nice. But basically, this library brings this into Scala, which is extremely it's extremely exciting, and it's actually kind of funny because a while back I actually made a video where I tried to kind of predict what functional programming language is going to be, the de facto standard now, assuming of course that functional programming becomes like this accepted great way of working, if you will, or basically if it ever becomes something as standard as object-oriented programming, my guess was that it was going to stand between Scala and Elixir. And then I got some feedback, people were asking about, okay, why don't you think Clojure is going to be a thing? And I said, well, I don't think that Clojure is going to be a thing because I think that the legacy that the JVM and Java has is going to outweigh that by a lot. And it's the same thing with Elixir and Erlang. Like and Elixir has a nicer community than Clojure, and there's all these subtle things that kind of make me, in a very subjective way, of course. I mean, I could be completely wrong about it all, but basically that's what I was saying. And then this one person started talking about that Clojure could take a lift, and that the adoption rate of Scala isn't all that great in comparison to other languages, and the same thing goes for Elixir. And as a response, I actually said that this is just me making a comparison between Elixir and Scala, and what I think, and I think that they are the main players when it comes to functional programming as things are today. And then I also stated that, but what I think is most likely going to happen is that it's basically that this trend of functional programming is going to be acknowledged by some of the more mainstream languages. And I even mentioned Kotlin, and I was saying that I think Kotlin, if anything, because Kotlin at the time didn't have this, it wasn't designed to be a purely functional language. But I still did respond by saying I think that it's more likely that these languages will adopt the functional principles and maintain their power position, and basically just shift things like Scala and the other less so popular programming languages basically shift them out. Not that they're not going to be used, but rather that the functional, they won't have the functional card, like the functional, you can, you won't choose them because of the functional aspect. You will choose them for other reasons, and that's exactly what Kategory is basically introducing now, which is so great. I've never been more convinced that there is absolutely, if you're starting from scratch today, and now that you have functional programming paradigms, I mean, I don't see any reason why you would go with Scala over Kotlin now. I really don't. I can't see a good reason for you to not pick Kotlin. It is with Kategory, and I really hope. I mean, it's not a standard part of Kotlin just yet, and there are a few things they mention in this very nice tech talk I watched that may or may not be an issue, but I really hope that the category will have like will have a very central role in Kotlin's future. That would be absolutely amazing. And so basically, this is really, to me, very exciting news, because I don't think I've ever been more interested in learning Kotlin and like starting to use it as as a part of my as my at my daily job basically. I don't think that's going to happen since we're based in Scala, but you never know.